I'm not gonna leave it up. Yeah,
What's the one Munchkin sits here?
This was like a seat, they always sit there, tell me how to view my ones, they always look out there, and that was awesome. It was all short and all.
Yeah, I'm pretty, I was here last, one meeting and.
Yeah, but he was a councilman before.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a council.
City.
I know. I wouldn't say that.
Regret?
All right, it's 6:32, I'm gonna call to order. I call to order the meeting of the Charlestown Board of Zoning Appeals for July 13th, 2026. This meeting's being streamed by Under Productions. We're gonna start with the Pledge of Allegiance, so I'll have everybody please rise.
Brandy new phone.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a roll call. Okay. Wayne Virgin.
Here.
Okay. Tony Jackson's here. Karen
Wilson, here.
Here.
Yeah, I'm
Dan
not-
Roberts here.
I'm not a voting member, but.
Yeah, but you didn't list the names here, so I had to.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily I know. Oh, but that's all right.
A majority.
All right, we do have a quorum. All right, we got approval of the agenda. Today, we're gonna be working on approval of private minutes, public comments, old business, new business, and standards variance request, and adjournment. So that's gonna be what's on our agenda for the day. All right, everybody gonna approve the agenda for tonight's meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Approval, okay. Tony, I don't see the prior minutes from the last meeting we had.
Should be.
I don't see the minutes.
You don't see him in the package?
No, I don't have it here in front of me.
Oh, that's what you have got a package here, I
Yeah,
got
on
it.
the packet here. That was the beginning of it says.
It's on the tablets.
On the tablet, but they're,
Oh,
they're like it.
Just hit the top button to turn it on. Password is 47111.
Yeah, I'll give you a hard copy.
Didn't know where they were.
Chuck Beaton's.
All right, here we go. It's in the packet.
That's a number.
4711.
4711.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, we're good now. Sorry about that, I didn't know where they was located on there. I'm too used to having packets in front of me. All right, let me get this pulled up. There we go. Okay. Minutes, anybody see any description in the minutes? I read through them before, and I didn't see anything. We didn't really do anything. We did agenda for the old minutes was, Mr. Jackson inquires if the board has a chance to review the agenda. If so, he entertains a motion to approve the agenda. That was done. Mr. Jackson inquired if the board has a chance to review the previous minutes. So, he entertains a motion to approve the minutes. We did. Dan Roberts makes a motion to approve, second by Wayne Version. Motion carried 4-0. Mr. Jackson inquires if there was any public comments. There was none being done. Old business, there was none. New business, we talked about 1291 Morrow Street, standard variance. It was removed from the agenda. Resident called 3 hours before the meeting and said it was not needed at this time. Then 309 Reynolds Street, standard variance, represented with KGF, Austin Duckins, spoke about the variance request at the property. They want to cut the property into two, going with 42 to 38 feet. The driveways are either 12 or 16. Mr. Roberts was concerned with the parking on Level Street and said the driveways really need to be 16. Mr. Duck said that he was sure he could put this into place. Building Commissioner Tony Jackson entertains a motion to approve the variance. Request of 309 Reynolds Street. Dan Roberts makes a motion to approve as long as the driveway are 16 foot. Seconded by Daisy Lucille. And it was adjourned after that. Building Commissioner Tony entertains a motion to adjourn. Wayne makes the motion, seconded by Daisy Lucille. And motion carries 4 yea to 0 nay. Okay, anything discrepancy on that? I mean, everything looks good to me. If not, I will make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
And I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's 3-0. Okay. For our new business, we're gonna have a standard, wait a minute. Sorry, approval of the prior meeting minutes. Any public comments at this time?
Nope.
There's no public
Okay, so
comments.
anybody
Okay.
wants to say something?
All right. Nothing, we have nothing for old business, because that's
No.
already done. So new business is a standard variance request for 112 through 114 Spring Street, corner of Audubon Spring. So I'd like to have a comment from the. You can
Time for me to come up?
Yep.
Come on
All
up.
right. Good evening, I'm Derek Combs, live at 1015 Water Street, Charleston, Indiana. I'm the property owner of the 112, 114 and the adjoining lot. The backside of that faces Audubon. And we have a plot plan for 3 lots and requesting a variance for the square footage home size.
Yeah, there used to be, two duplexes on those properties.
On that corner right there, right? Okay, any discussion, anybody wanna talk about this a little bit? I mean, I do have some questions for you, Derek, cause I did go up there, the last couple of days to see how the streets was being maintained, the parking situation up there. My only concern about this area is that it's a very congested area already. When I was up there over the weekend, I went and checked it out, and I did notice there was people parking on the streets, and there was people, just in the middle of the road blocking, and barely one car can get through it at a time. I don't know if anybody wants to see this picture here,
No,
if anybody can see it or not, but my own concern is about the parking situation up there, because these houses they're smaller, they're about the same size as the one that's on the, above that one in that picture, right?
110, yeah.
The 110 right here, right? So, you reckon them all that size? I mean, I don't know how the property lines are currently divided up there, and I don't know what the other board members' concerns are, but again, I'm really concerned about how congested it's getting up there already with 3 additional buildings and people parking up there, where they're gonna park at. So, how big are your driveways gonna be in this diagram?
The driveways will accommodate 2 vehicles.
2 carriers
Yeah.
side by,
Yeah.
and one or the
I
other?
don't know if what you're referring to on parking on the road, the house at 117, they do have a large truck and a trailer, construction trailer, and they do park on the road.
Yeah, they were there a lot.
It will not fit in the driveway.
Well, I
when he
thought,
parks on the road.
and my question is, if everybody wants to see a picture of it down here, is that I was up there 2 different times to check it out, because I was really wondering about this, because
Yeah.
Tony, I don't know, the driving situation up there in the Pleasant Ridge area has always been contested with people up there living up there, so I don't know what everybody's thoughts are about that, but for emergency vehicles or from the police to get up there, I just feel like there's a concern about parking. So,
We've got-
how can you address that situation for me, to make me feel like it's a good situation?
We actually have passed a new ordinance on parking, I don't know if you knew that or not. You can only make 12 feet, and I think you can only block 12 feet, so if somebody couldn't park across the street from them to cut it off, it'd have to be 12 feet. You have to be at least 12 feet to the road.
12 feet, what?
Of roadway,
Okay.
yeah. As far as the 2 car, he's only required to have two car, parking for 2 cars. You have to have at least 2. You can't-
So there's 6 cars that gotta be parked there in that little lot. That's a
Well,
concern.
each drive, each
Each drive.
house will
I know,
have.
but it's going from just 2 houses that was there before to 3.
But it's 2 duplexes.
I know, but still, I mean,
Okay,
I'm just saying that that's a concern for me about the driving.
okay. Yeah, I
Because that,
understand that. That's why we
because
passed the
seriously, when I
ordinance.
went up there, I was like, I barely had 1 car to get through that. I mean, I
So
barely got through.
the truck with the construction trailer,
Oh, there was a lot of
that
cars.
is my property.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
So in regard to the Board of Zoning Appeals and what its role is in regard to the process, is that there cannot be any independent investigations performed by a board member.
I'm just driving through the area and seeing, just checking out to make sure, to see what it's looking like.
Okay.
As
Well,
to
I'm
be an
just making a
informed, to
point.
be an informed person on to make a decision on this, I need to see how the streets are being maintained. Just in my good conscience, I feel
I
like.
understand, and, okay,
I mean,
I understand.
I'm not doing
I
an
don't-
independent study.
I don't know the
I
extent,
know-
I don't know
I
the
know
extent of
parts-
what, I heard what you said, I don't understand, but it's based on what the information is provided to the
Okay.
BAZ, primarily, and any questions that may derive from that particular information.
That's
But-
fine.
But I'm pointing it out.
That's
and-
fine, I understand what you're saying, I'm not trying to do an independent study, I drove up and I saw concern about driveways. And I think that's my concern. Now, I don't know what the other board members feel like, but for me personally, I think this is unless something's gonna be done to address parking up there and we're gonna police it, I don't see how we're gonna fix it for emergency vehicles to get through there. If there's any type of issue, one car is not good enough to get through that, for me, my personal opinion. Either we need to fix how the parking is happening up there. Cause it's a really small area to put 3 houses.
But you said they're gonna have double driveways, right?
Single
Yeah,
driveway, 12 foot deep, right?
Each
12 foot, single or double?
Each house will have a driveway for 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Well, that would take care of all of your cars, right?
It should, two cars per residence. And the only reason that the truck is parking over there is because this is the first time ever hearing about it, that it's a concern or an issue. I can address it with him and, see if he can make accommodations to park elsewhere. But, the other, property that we do not own on Audubon,
Yeah.
those people park on the road. I have no control over that, but all the other houses that we own on Audubon, they're all, driveway parking.
We'll go up there, take a look at it. It's part of that new ordinance that we passed.
My concern is parking.
Yeah.
I don't want the streets to be congested where people can't drive through them. And I think that's starting to become a problem, certainly with all these people buying all these little townhomes and these things, people are having more than 2 cars, and people are parking on the street. Or if guests come over, you got a person that's in the driveway, and they have to park on the street. And it's just a concern for me that these driveways that we're developing are not accommodating for more than 2 cars barely. Which I know that's just not what we have, it's not gonna get that, but, you know, I went, you know, again, to the person, you know, what's your name, sir, by the way, I didn't catch you.
Oh, Barry McCall, the town attorney, or
Okay.
city attorney.
That's fine. I get your point. I'm not trying to be judgmental about this. I'm just, my concern, Derek, is just,
Well,
and that's just my concern about driving on, and the emergency vehicles getting through certain streets.
and let me make one more point about that, okay? For example, you're just providing some information about what your observations were, okay?
Yeah,
Simply by driving through there. Well, the other individual members do not necessarily have that, to partake in that information. So if you wanted to go visit the area to make that assessment, I think it would be a group. It would have to be, if our procedures allow for that. So everybody's seeing what you're seeing at the same time you're seeing it. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I, you know, I'm not saying that that's again, I agree with you. I mean, yeah, we could go up there. I was just trying to, you know, always try to make sure
Sure.
I'm well informed about what I'm voting on, because as a citizen and on this board, I wanna make sure that I'm doing my due diligence for everybody to make sure that the developer has their information and you're like, okay, this is what we're doing. I mean, Derek, a lot of things you've done in this town, I'm okay with. I have no problem. But I see this block here and I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? You know, how are we gonna fit the cars? I've seen the plots and I'm like, I don't know if that other gentleman's anybody else. That's why I reached out to Tony to get some clarification about what was going on with this property here. You know, so it's, you know, what everybody else wants to think about it, you know, discussion's fine, but that's my
Well,
own
this
discussion.
is just my concern, but how is he being held responsible for what the other people who are already living there are doing if he has available parking for his cars?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with
he's
you on
only
that, but,
representing
I
what
mean,
he has.
Again, but, where my concern
I
is.
do, I understand exactly what you're saying, so what can we do
Yeah,
to
well-
resolve the issue? Because
well-
that can't be his personal.
Well, that's
No, I agree
that's
with
why
you.
we require 2 parking spaces, and that's what he's got. But like I said, we just passed that a couple months ago, so we'll take a look at that. We haven't had any complaints up there yet, but with this going on, we probably will. So we'll go up there. Like I said, the ordinance says that you can't have less than 12 feet between, so, you know, like Danbury Oaks is perfect example. There's streets out there where people are parking on both sides,
Yeah,
and it gets real small. Well, that's why we did that. Okay, you have to have 12 feet in between. So we go out there and measure it, so somebody's gonna have to move.
Yep.
I mean,
And the good thing I think about this is they own most of the lots up there, so, you know, you can talk to the guy about that. The truck, do you think the truck's a big deal?
no, I think there's more than one car there. I mean,
Okay.
again, I'm just saying, that truck's not the only issue. There's multiple cars there in that
Yeah.
area. It's not just one
I'll
person
take a
doing
look.
it, it's
I'll
multiple
send more.
cars. So, again, my concern is for emergency vehicles and for police to respond to certain issues.
Well,
And if there's an issue there where we can't get through there, then that's a problem. If one place catches on fire,
The 12-foot thing we actually put that through when we were doing that ordinance through the fire department and the police department, and that's what they came back with, was 12 feet.
and what's the square footage of that one smaller house that you have seen? Because the other ones look like they were standard, but the other one looks a little bit smaller there.
So all 3 new homes proposed at 750 square feet.
Okay.
That's larger than the, current home next door that we own, that's 670 square feet.
Okay. Was that one of the original homes up there though?
That was an original home.
That was
yeah.
one of the original homes up there. Okay. And on this diagram I have of your development here, where are the driveways being put at? The one around the
The
street?
two facing, Spring Street, they'll be in between, so the house on the left, the driveway will be to the right. The house on the right, the driveway will be to the left, so it'll be, they're kind of side by side. And then the one facing Audubon, the driveway will be to the right.
So it's gonna be on the right of that house, okay. All right. You see it?
They do any kind of sidewalks up there?
No, there's no sidewalks up there.
I didn't think they were.
Anybody else wanna make any comments or anything, discussion?
I'll stick with what I say. I don't think he should be responsible for everybody else's parking if he has available parking for his property and his cars.
Yeah, he can't control whether.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's figure out what we can do about that issue in itself, but I don't think he.
I think I
should
just
be
don't wanna
responsible.
compound the problem there.
I understand what you're saying also.
Yeah, once he develops it, then what happens after the fact? I mean, that's my next problem. So what's gonna happen to the area? He can develop that property area, but that's fine. He has a right to develop it in a certain way, but, you know, the question is, what happens with the after effect of all these buildings up there? I mean, the car congestion, all that. I mean, that's my next question, you know, I mean, are we gonna make it a one side park only? I mean, is that something that the council can do, that they can only park on one side of this road, so there's room?
A lot of bonding,
Yeah,
they could, but
I mean, I don't know if
I
Trigger
think
would wanna
that-
do that or not, but, or the council can do that or not, but I mean, it just seems like it's getting really, when I drive up there and there's barely one room for one car, that was my concern.
Yeah.
That's a real concern.
It's a valid concern. I
if it becomes a
agree.
problem, we can take it to Tubby's here, so, he's concerned about it getting congested there,
Congested on Spring Street?
on Audubon.
Audubon.
Well, the way the ordinance reads right now, it has to be 12 foot in between the vehicles, side to side, and they have to be staggered. So if it starts becoming a problem, then we have to start
Taking it,
taking it that way.
and then all else failed, we take it to the board and pick one side parking, which would be the side with nobody be parking on the side where they have the, fire hydrant.
So we putting in a one-car garage, a one-car driveway,
No, two car,
two, this side by side or
back to back.
back to back?
Yeah, deep.
Back to back. So it's not side by side, it's.
Our ordinance will requires it just as two cars.
Okay. And the parking on Spring Street would be almost suicide sometimes, especially right there in the curve.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, I wish there was a way to put like an extra parking out, or like curb parking, you know, put a little extra curb on that end right there, just something to make it, so people could park off and not be in the road. That's my biggest concern about that whole situation there. Cause right now, I mean, I can just see people having guests over and they have more cars parked in the street. And that's my biggest concern about this whole project. It's like, I wanna keep people off the streets if I can, so it's safer.
Just to speak to your comment about additional parking, I can't say this for the Spring Street houses, but the one on Audubon, there is enough room, I can make that, wider to put accommodate additional parking spot there.
Where are we here in this little area right here, on this part right here?
Can I come up here?
Yeah, you can. I'm sorry. You talking about doing it here or doing it on this curb area?
Doing it here. I can make that, wider to get another spot in there on that house.
That would probably help. I mean, that's about all I can do about that street. I mean, if you can do that, then I'd be okay. I just don't want a bunch of people parked on the streets. I fear for that, cause I mean, I see it happen in different areas where people are just loading up the streets and we can't get through. You Yeah. So Wayne, he's talking about putting additional parking from right here on this area right here.
They 2 bedrooms?
Yeah, 2 bedroom.
Okay, that's what I was looking.
Are they gonna be single duplexes or are they doubles?
Single houses, single
houses.
2-bedroom, 2-bath houses.
I've never seen the houses, duplexes. I said, I've never seen.
They'll
those.
look very similar to the floor plan on, what they did on Thompson Street.
Okay.
Very similar look.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd you get the square
You feel
footage at?
though- You feel okay now?
I mean, if he does, if he does a little additional parking up there for everybody, then I think I'd be all right with it. What's everybody else's thoughts?
I'll follow your lead on that, if you feel good that he has that additional parking space there.
Wayne, what do you think?
I'm fine with it. If you don't, I'm good.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the variance, with stipulation of him putting additional parking in that one corner of Audubon.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Eric. All right.
Anything else?
Any other things else, Tony, you talk
No.
about? All right, I do know we have to do something else after the tree, right?
So what?
We're not gonna vote for a president and all that this meeting, so we're missing 2 members?
Yeah, let's still wait for them to get
Okay,
there.
all right, no more public comments, no more else, all right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
I'll second, third,
Okay,
whatever.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.